And now is a social entrepreneur, Bayomi Okay Ashiwaju. It's nice to have you join us.
Yeah, good
and
morning.
Merry Christmas to you.
Compliments of the season.
All right. Now, there has been complaints from, analysts and people saying that, okay, if there is the demand and supply issues where there are forces in the market where if there's high demand, of course, the prices will rise, as a way of making profit. But in a situation where people take advantage and then put exorbitant prices on items at this time, this is not just demand and supply. This is wickedness. Some people use that word wickedness.
Yes, it's a drive for some people to make quick money, and let's be practical. Let's take it this way, because some of the things that usually lead to hiking prices is traceable to transportation cost. Okay. Thank God that I think since Buhari came on board, we've not been having this fuel scarcity during this period. However, to be practical, like I said, a leader of a transport union during this period will task his boys, go and get me more money. They call it Owodu, understand? Okay. And you see these guys go to the transporters and say, give us 200 naira per each bus, chairman's money, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night. Now, the transporter looks at it like, okay, I'm paying extra money or extra due, as the case may be. Where will I get the corresponding figures from? Then he puts it on the passengers.
And the passengers.
At the end of the day, the passengers probably who is selling food, we also look at it, what will I do next? He also puts it on the selling price of his own commodity. And at the end of the day, the end consumer will be the one to now bear it. However, this goes in a circle. In a circle in the sense that by the time, for example, if you sell drinks or alcohol, as the case may be, at the end of the day, you've already increased your price because there is one man who tasks his boys to increase the fare or to increase the tax that he usually collects from transporters. He will still come back later in the night to chill at your place and will now buy the product at a higher price. Okay. Will not be saying, how come this price is now high? Now, have you forgotten that it started from you somewhere? That's how it is. So it's a greed on the part of some people who feel, I just want to make more money. But at the end of the day, it still goes back to them. You still spend it. And, the circle keeps going like that.
But the ultimate loser might be the ordinary person who is not in that decision mix. Just like the illustration you brought now.
Yes.
Because if the price of transportation or the price of food or the price of drink is going to increase, somebody took that decision and he is complaining, okay, why is the price? But there's another man somewhere who was not privy to the decision, but he wants to also
like an end user or end consumer like us. And that's where government needs to come in. Do you know all these things can actually be regulated? Because I even see policemen or law enforcement agency too coming out during this period. They will say, it's Yuletide season, I want my family to be happy. I want my family. So at the end of the day, they start collecting, undue I don't know if we call it bribe, and checkpoints, from these people. And at the end of the day, it falls back on us. So the government can actually regulate it. Even the cost of food in the market. You can actually, I was surprised when lake rice, they said lake rice is 17 or 18,000. I said, no, it shouldn't be. You should at least give us a subsidy on some of these things that we consume. We are right eaters.
It used to be 12,000. It used to be 12,000.
Yes. Now that is and we know that it's made in Nigeria. So why not just sell it for us at
not just made in Nigeria, but the farmer is the government.
Of course, the government owns the land and everything. So if they really want life to be easy for us, they can actually do something about it.
Are you feeling it? Of course, you'll be celebrating Christmas with your family.
Yeah, yes, of course. And I think what we should learn from this is that we should stock up early enough, like from October, November, because since this has been like a tradition every year.
It's a ritual.
It's a ritual. When it's December, prices go up and it becomes so difficult to. And I think that's more reason why most organizations usually pay one December salary early, and in some organizations too, they pay 13th month salary as well, or allowance as the case may be. But for some of us who are not on anybody's payroll, and so as much as
you are the payroll,
so it's better. Even if you're on a payroll, why not? It's better to just stock up in early enough, like October, November, so that you won't be stranded, so that you won't be at the mercy of those who want to make quick money as a result of the Yuletide season.
All right, now the point there is, if you look at it from, not necessarily from who gains or who loses, money as the case may be, the economy as a whole, because there is this frenzy of buying and selling, there seem to be a lot of much more money exchanging hands at this time. If you see it from the overall perspective, isn't that good for the economy?
Yes, it's good for the economy, and of course, the money goes and it comes back. That's it. So, so many entrepreneurs or so many sellers, they look at it like, okay, if I'm going to give out more, then I should be able to also receive more in the terms of buying and selling. So at the end of the day, money circulates. Yes, it goes from this point to that point, and it still comes back
somehow.
Somehow eventually. So I think if you look at it, economists will have a reason to say, well, since this is the norm almost every year, then we should just probably find a term for it. And for me, I just feel it should now be studied as maybe as a module in school, that when it's December, even if you Google it, there's always this thing about Christmas, Christmas spending, or Christmas economics of Christmas.
Okay.
Yes, it's like that all over the world. So that's the way we say it.
If you look at what we have in the market, the cost of commodity or food items, for instance, and we see that the goods are there in the market. As a matter of fact, some persons are even selling lower than they would have sold in previous years.
That's discounting.
So there seems to be a low purchasing power. So you don't have people are in the market, but they're not buying. So what do you think is responsible for that? Because a trader, for instance, probably has a piece of clothing, wants to sell it for 5,000 naira, but then I come and I'm saying I want to buy for 2,000 naira, and I'm like, see, all I have in my purse is 2,000 naira. You have to just sell it, you know. So what do we think is responsible for that, and how would the trader make a profit at the end of the day?
Okay, now I think there's more consciousness being raised about you not having to spend so much during Christmas because of January. Because if you spend all that you made over here in December, what will happen in January? And like people do say, January always appears to be like the longest month. So now,
but isn't that
Mm.
a concept for people who may not necessarily have enough? For those who live in all the wealth, do they care about?
That's the point. So if you have enough, spend.
All right.
If you don't have, why not be prudent? Manage. Okay. Understand? So many advice here and there that, see, it's not compulsory to even eat rice. You can break the jinx of eating rice every Christmas. Do yam and egg.
Yeah, I remember my mom makes pounded yam sometimes.
Do beans and bread. Why not?
Is it less expensive?
You said?
Is it less expensive?
Compared to rice.
We have to have rice. It comes with the tradition of Christmas. We have to have rice, chicken, turkey.
No, but the point is, I think it has to do with the feeling of sharing than what actually you eat.
True that.
Maybe, because I remember my mom used to make pounded yam on Christmas Day. And everybody wants to have that, you know, that difference, that uniqueness of, oh,
but she's now saying is pounded yam not more expensive than rice?
No, yam is every day. Okay, fine. Maybe from where I come
because
from.
of where you come
from. Yeah. Pounded yam is normal everywhere.
So let's people are trying to cut their coat according to their material now, not their size. So what you have, spend it judiciously so that you won't run into debt by the time you enter into a new year, and then trying to mop up funds to sustain yourself. So what you have now, just spend. So if I get to a place and they call a particular material, a clothing, for 5,000, and I have 3,000 naira budget for it, I will ignore it. Or better still, in Nigeria we have a market for everybody. That is. When you get to a place, whatsoever you want, that's it.
Totally agree.
If you want to buy expensive wares, no problem. Go to a boutique. If you want to buy
somewhere for you.
There's something for you.
Something for everyone.
So it's not compulsory that you force yourself to get something that you don't necessarily need, and don't do impulse buying as well. Have a checklist. Okay, this is what I want to get. This is what I want to get. Okay, I'm cooking for my family, nuclear family only. I'm cooking for extended family. I'm extending it to the needy.
When it comes to impulse buying, I am not saying she's...
Don't do the gender thing.
You want to
say...
say...
No.
Don't
do the gender thing.
Here we go again.
No, we love to spend. We love to spend during
Here
Christmas.
we go
We
again.
value family.
I will need this. Well, in this sense, they don't actually...
All right, let's leave it here now. Abayomi, thank you so much for coming on the
It's a
program.
pleasure.
And we wish you a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thank
Let's
you.
see you in the new year.
All right.